and welcome. You're watching Markets Today. I'm Sakshi Batra, and this is where we discuss everything about the stock market's opening action in a new week, and also to help you understand what can you really expect from this week, what will be the important factors the markets will be tracking, and where will be the pockets of profits for you. The stocks and the sectors that are going to be in focus, the earnings reactions that are going to be important to track. How can you really involve all of these news points into your portfolio and translate into profits? All of that coming up over the next 4 to 5 minutes odd. So we have seen a positive opening to this new week. The Nifty has opened above 16,100. The Sensex is up 300, 400 odd points now, led by IT, metals, and power index right in the opening levels today. Now, Infosys, Hindalco, L&T, Tech Mahindra, Bajaj Finserv, these are among the top gainers on the Nifty as we speak. On the losing side, HDFC Twins, M&M and Britannia are slightly soft in this opening action too. Now, when you talk about the Nifty Bank, that's up by 0.6%. It's been already half an hour since the markets have opened, and you can actually see the Sensex now trading about 0.6% higher at 54,128. The Nifty is also up by 0.7% odd, trading at 16,164, 115% up, 115 points uptick that you can actually see right there. The biggest gainer on the markets right now is Hindalco with a 2.5% jump. So the metals are shining back again. On the losing side, you have Britannia, the FMCG sector that was the supporting factor last week. And all of these stocks were really rising, are seeing some profit booking taking place. 1.1% down for Britannia today. The Nifty IT index is the best index or the sectoral index performing right in the early action today. Over a 1.5% uptick actually can be seen right here. On the losing side, you have Nifty FMCG. That's also, in fact, now improving in trade. In fact, it's now come up. All the sectors now in the green right now. And you can see all these sectors performing in the green. So that's a big positive. Gold prices have risen slightly, helped by a slight pullback in the US dollar. Investors are definitely positive that this momentum could continue going forward from here. Of course, a whole host of focus will be on the earnings reactions. We have seen that HDFC Bank, that stock is in focus right in the early trade, and you can actually see that the bank is trading slightly soft. Now, we have seen some positives and some negatives for the bank. There are slippages that are elevated at 7,200 odd crore rupees. The restructured book has declined to 0.9%, and that perhaps is the factor because of which HDFC Bank is trading slightly soft. On the other hand, on the earnings front, you have BEL, which is rising in the trade today. It has beat on all fronts the expectations, and the margins are at 16.5%. The ICICI Prudential stock, that stock is in focus, trading up because the Q1 VNB is up 31%. The VNB margin is at 31% again versus 29%. So there is a year-on-year factor on the upside. On the realty space, focus will be on Oberoi Realty. The stock is in focus. The revenue up 11%, margins at 53.9%, sharp jump on a sequential basis from 42.9%. Apart from this, L&T Technologies, that stock is in focus on the back of earnings too. 4.7% constant currency revenue growth. So that again, and the FY23 guidance is maintained. So slightly better earnings coming in now from the IT pack that were being reported so far. Sequent Scientific, that stock is in focus. It has appointed PV Raghavendra Rao as the CFO with effect from July 25. So that stock could be just in focus. Airlines could be in focus as the jet fuel or the ATF prices have been cut by 2.1%, may provide some relief. We just have to wait and watch to find out whether this actually translates into some ease on the airfares for the consumers as well. But right now, that's going to benefit the aviation companies and their margins. The rupee has opened at 79.79, so slightly higher than the Friday's close of 79.88. Keep an eye out on that front as well. All the top gainers, metals, IT pack, banks, financials, that will be important to track for you today. Hindalco, Tata Steel gaining on the top front. Infosys, HCL Technology is also improving in trade, and IndusInd Bank from the banking space is also doing well right at this moment. Now, what will be really important for the markets to track for this entire week? Financial results will be important. Foreign fund movement will be important. Global cues will be important to track. Trends in the rupee will be an important major factor that will drive the equity markets this week. Apart from that, international crude oil prices movement will also influence trading in the markets going forward. HDFC Bank numbers already out. Markets are eyeing the other numbers as well, like HUL ahead of its earnings tomorrow. IndusInd Bank, Wipro, those will be the important numbers to track this week as well as we speak. Of course, apart from this, on the global macro front, what will be important? European Central Bank and Bank of Japan's decision on their interest rates will be important factor, whereas the movement of the dollar index will be a critical factor yet again. Now, markets will also be eyeing the commodity prices and the behavior of the FIIs, which have been so far big sellers. In the month of July so far, they've already sold about 7,200 odd crore rupees of equities. Do they change the trend? Because we have seen slight buying action in the last week as well by the FIIs. Do they really continue this reversal of selling in the Indian equities, thus provide more impetus to the Indian stock markets? That will be an important factor to really track as we move forward from here. So that's as far as the early market action for you is concerned. We'll keep you posted with everything that's buzzing on the D Street so that you can take the right decisions about your portfolio and the stocks. So thanks a lot for joining in, but do stay tuned throughout the day. A lot of action coming up on your screens on Business Today TV.